Hello traders and welcome to the Trading Fanatic channel. As always, I'm really grateful to have you here, and in this video I am going to help you develop a productive trading routine. Do you find yourself staying at the charts all day, getting really tired, in fact having another 9 to 5, right? So do you stay on the charts like for 6, 7, 8 hours, not knowing when to trade, when to step back, when to actually execute, when to actually analyze, and you're really feeling like you're all over the place. And at the end, the result is that you are still losing. You're still very tired at the end, you're losing, you're stressful as well. And this kind of thing takes you away from your freedom, because we trade Forex, or we just are traders in order to attain freedom. And again, what is freedom for you? Is it staying on the charts 8 hours a day, or is it spending less time on it, making your profits, and then going and enjoying your day? All right. So if you find yourself quite unproductive, if you find yourself not knowing when to trade, when to sit down, when to analyze, how to execute trades, and pretty much having a specific trading window for your trading, in this video, we're going to tackle exactly this. So I hope you're excited, buckle up. And of course, before we start, make sure you are subscribed. Hit the notification bell in order not to miss the all future updates that are incoming to this channel. And if you already did, let's get into the video. All right, let's get into it. So first of all, we're going to explore why having a trading routine is so important. All right. And as I mentioned in the intro, right now, I want you to ask yourself, what makes me better than all other traders? What gives me an edge, right? Every single day you're sitting on your charts and you are competing against whales. You're competing against people with more money than you, with more skills than you, with more experience than you, and they're just better than you, okay? And this is the reality. So what makes me better than all the other traders, and what gives me an edge? Okay, so of course, you know, an edge, this is your strategy, okay? But as you know, it's a cliche, but it's true, right? Cliches actually contain a big portion of truth. Trading is 80 to 90% mental. So of course, if you have an edge, then of course you have your strategy, but you have two edges, in fact. You have your statistical edge, which is your technical analysis, which is your strategy, and you have your mental edge, all right? So most of us work on the technical side of things. We really want to nail the strategy. We really want to understand the markets. We really want to find out this holy grail strategy that is really going to make sense to us. And we really spend years working on that strategy and studying new videos, buying new courses, backtesting the hell out of the market. And still at the end, we still lose money. And I have found out through years of experience that this is due to the fact that we neglect the mental side of trading, which once again takes the major percentage of actually our trading processes. All right, because what is trading? Well, trading can be compared to a sport. Trading is a high performance activity. You cannot trade profitably in an average manner. Just so you cannot be an Olympic champion if you're just going to jog every day, right? Or you cannot be the best actor if you're just like acting for a hobby, right? Trading is in fact one of the most difficult businesses that you can embark on out there, right? It is a $1 trillion industry. So what makes you think that just by waking up in the morning, having a coffee and sitting on the charts, you can be better by all of those big guys that are top performers, that have their routines in place, and that are really, really, really strict, okay? So just kind of as an introduction, think of all of those questions and start to shift your mindset a little bit. That strategy is not really important, okay? That the mental edge, that you have your mental well-being, is actually what is really going to provide the foundation so that you can actually later execute on your strategy, okay? The next problem with why actually having a trading routine is important is that we are humans. So humans cannot retain high quality focus and concentration all day, okay? So you wake up in the morning and you say, I am going to trade all day. I'm going to catch Frankfurt Open. I'm going to trade London Open. Then I'm going to trade the dead hour. There are still setups. Then I'm going to trade the overlap. I'm going to also trade New York. Oh, guess what? I'm also going to trade London close and possibly even Asia. So do you think that you can actually retain focus? And I am urging you right now to actually go and research a little bit. What is the average concentration and focus of a person in a row. I think that's wrong, in a row, but for how long can a human retain focus on a specific thing? Okay, and I think it was around 60 to 90 minutes max before you actually get distracted and before you actually have mental strain. Okay, so again, focus and concentration are crucial for trading. If you're not focused, if you're really not into it, and if you're doing all other stuff, which is something that I really blame myself, because I try to trade, then I try to do something on the side. I also chat to my community, I create videos and all of that stuff. But then again, you really need high quality focus. If you're trading, you're only trading. Okay. So pretty much we are mostly focused and fresh in the morning. Of course, we just wake up, we have our coffee and we feel fresh. We're ready. Of course, before that, you would like to have a little bit of a priming up routine, which we're going to speak about. And then late afternoons, your energy and focus levels are already low. You have already been throughout the day and you're already feeling tired. And yes, you might actually get focused, right? If you, of course, take regular breaks, if you go out to breathe some fresh air, if you go for a quick jog, which is something that I love doing, if you do some sports. And also, a favorite thing of mine, power naps. Make sure to research that, or also coffee naps. So you have a shot of coffee, then you go to nap for 15 minutes, then you wake up and you're invincible. Okay? But still, as I said, you're mostly fresh in the morning. So then if you actually trade in the afternoon, yes, you can be focused, but it will still be of low quality. So again, trading actually in the morning is key, which we're going to explore in the next slide. Focusing again on just trading only is key. As I told you, many times you can have stuff on the side. You might be working, you might be in school, you might be watching lectures, you might be writing essays, you might be chatting to other people, you might be on the phone as well, talking to somebody, or you might have people around you distracting you. Somebody comes in, hey, check out this paper for me. You say, okay. It just takes your focus away. And again, I urge you to research how long does it take if you get distracted out of a task, then how long does it take to concentrate again on that task? It's usually like 25 to 30 to even more minutes. So if you focus, but then if something distracts you, and even a phone notification can distract you, then it takes much longer time to focus, and then your brain is actually getting strained. So at the end, what you do is you take low quality decisions, right? So I really hope you're starting to see how actually having a trading routine and how only focusing on trading during a specific time is really important. Next, something that I really preach is that you don't want to make your trading another 9 to 5. All right. In the beginning of my journey, of course, I spent 10 hours a day. So I woke up in the morning and I was on the charts all day, literally all day, from the morning all the way until the market closes. And I was just forward testing, back testing, taking trades, and of course, losing money. Right. This was the beginning stage. And of course, then I want you to ask yourself, why do you trade for? Right? Many of you are going to trade for money. Then why do you need the money for? Right? Is it freedom? Is it to buy something? Is it to buy something to impress somebody you don't actually care about? Right? I think for the majority of us, we trade for freedom, to leave our jobs and just to enjoy life. So why do you trade 8 hours a day? Okay. And this is why actually having a trading routine is very important, because you're going to focus just on a smaller kind of time frame. You're gonna take your trades, you're either gonna lose, you're either gonna win, but then you walk away and you enjoy your life. Okay, which brings me to the next point, which is that it's proven that less is more. This is one of my favorite quotes. Less is more, and this is pretty much applies to everything in life. Less is more. Strive for simplicity. Okay, less chart time. It is proven that is going to result in better trading results, higher quality trades. You're going to have a reduced chance of over trading or revenge trading, and your mind is going to be calmer. Okay, because if you say to yourself, I'm going to trade only for 3 hours right now, and you stop after the third hour, then you're calm. If setups develop, cool, I don't care. It is out of my trading window. I'm my own boss. I only work for 3 hours a day. That's it. And also, if you have a trading window, right, then of course you're not gonna be prone to revenge trading, over trading, FOMO, and all of that stuff, because you are right now professional, right? So there are all of my points of why having a trading routine is so important. Right now it's time to start creating our trading routine. So let's get into it. Now, let me provide you with some key questions that are really going to simplify actually your process of creating a trading routine, because once again, it is really important to know that you want to make trading according to your lifestyle, not your lifestyle according to your trading. Okay, so you want to trade whenever you actually feel like it, whenever you're most focused, and whenever it is actually easier for you. So the first question to answer is pretty much, where are you from? I would actually love to hear where you're from the comments, to see the global audience that we have and the amazing community that we have created. And so pretty much depending on where you are, then what time zone are you in? Okay, the time zone is going to determine the trading session you're going to trade in, potentially. Okay, this depends because of course for me, I'm in Europe. So when I wake up in the morning, London session is just about to open. So it really makes sense for me to trade London. I'm not going to trade Asian. I'm not going to wake up in the evening to trade Asian. It just doesn't make sense. It is not good for my sleep. I'm going to have less energy. So I trade London. And then of course, New York. New York opens for me like, what is it? It's a very long time after I wake up. Probably more than 8 hours or something. Okay, so after this, I am already tired. So pretty much I only trade New York if I haven't found anything in London. But I'm also going to share with you my trading routine so that you can actually get some insights on that. But pretty much, where are you from? What is your time zone? And depending on your time zone, then of course you're going to pick either London, New York, or also Asian session. So that's the first thing to actually help you out. Okay. Then when do you have time to actually dedicate to trading? As we spoke in the previous slide, it is really important that you actually have a specific time frame that you can really focus on trading. Of course, this depends because you might actually be at work, you might not have that time, but then of course you will need to have time to, for example, analyze, because then you will have a potentially a swing trading strategy that is not going to require for you to focus, let's say, for 3 hours straight. But what you have is you just have your key levels, you have your zones, so you can just set limits and stuff. Cool, but then when can you dedicate time to really focusing on the charts? Okay, it better being in the morning when you're fresh, else of course after work hours, after you have gone through a priming routine. Okay, so for some of you, for example, I have a couple of friends from Australia. So in Australia in the morning, of course, you can go to work, and then this is when Asian session is going. So when you finish your work, you come home. This is when actually London might have started a little bit, right? And also New York is about to open. So for Australians, what a lovely time to be trading. Okay, you're out of your work, you take a shower, you go for a run, you refresh your mind, you take a little nap, and then you are up. So you pretty much after work, you sit down and you start trading. Okay, for the guys in the US, it might be a little bit too hard to catch London. Okay, but why do you care? Your trading session is New York. So you wake up in the morning and you trade New York. There is no need to trade all of the sessions. Okay, so when do you have time to really dedicate to trading only? Then again, a very big variable is that it is really according to your trading style. So what is your trading style? If you're a swing trader, then you're really flexible. I really like this. I'm implementing a little swing approach to my style as well, because again, we seek freedom, right? And swing is very flexible. You just set alerts at key levels, and then you only zone in for a short period of time when the market actually taps into your levels and you're looking to execute into on your trade. Okay, so if you are at work but you have a full hourly demand zone, the market taps into it, the alerts pings, and then you just go to the toilet, don't tell anyone else, and then you just take your trade. Right, this is great for trading from work. And of course, there are great approaches when you can just set limit order, and then you just ticks you in and you don't even have to monitor the chart. Just let it go. Okay. Intraday though is pretty much intraday. I have not typed like scalpers, position trading and all of that stuff, because you can either be swing or intraday. Right? If you're swing, you pretty much don't stay at the charts too much. You just take your trade maybe during the day. Also the timing doesn't matter that much. All right. But intraday, you only focus during specific sessions of high volatility. All right. So this is either London or New York open. And of course, you can focus for 2 hours each session or just one. Personally, I do three. I do three, but I think 2 hours is more than enough. Okay, so what is your trading style? This is further going to determine how you're actually going to set up your trading routine. Then very important, especially for intraday traders, very important, what is your trading window? What do I mean by that is, when are you going to start trading and when are you going to end trading for the day? Don't make it a 9 to 5 or more, please. Okay, so I want you to, if you're just with me right now taking notes or writing down, What is your trading window? Define it, specify it. I'm going to trade from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. After this, I'm done. And then, of course, if you want to trade another session, which is something that I do, then, of course, I'm going to start from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. Done. Okay, that's it. So what is your trading window? Then, of course, a very important part of being a trader is analysis. Okay, so this is before you actually start trading, before you actually start executing and waiting on your setup. So you have to sit down, you have to analyze the charts, you have to determine the direction, the bias, the zones, the levels, the potential outcomes, and all of that great stuff. Okay, and after trading, then you need reflection time, which is once again a mental edge that a lot of you guys are not paying attention to. Do you, at the end of each day, reflect on your performance during the day? Do you measure your performance? Do you journal your trades? Do you try to find out what worked best, what worked worst, what can I change, how can I be better? And do you actually make sure that you're 1% better every single day? Right? So you pretty much do this in your reflection time. So you also need an analysis trading window and also reflection time little window. Okay, but usually those could be like for me to do my analysis as I'm quite experienced to be honest, so I can make my analysis literally for 10 minutes. I just see my levels and I'm already from the previous day, I'm aware what the levels are, so it doesn't take me a lot to make my analysis. But my reflection time is 1 hour, even more. I journal during the day, then I analyze at the end of the day, and I just also can backtest the day. I can find out, okay, what opportunities did I miss? If I took a loss, how could I have avoided the loss? If I took a win, okay, cool. So what is the outcome of this win? What can I learn from it? What can I do better? Okay, so dedicate time for those two things. Okay, so right now I have something for you that I might also actually send it to you personally. We'll see. And this is part of one of our boot camps that we hosted within the Trading Fanatic community, which is amazing. And we have plenty of details on trading routines and all of that great stuff. We have a big revamp incoming, in fact, next week. And I'm going to do a little campaign on that possibly. So stay tuned for that. But pretty much there is a little graph with the trading windows and your trading sessions. Okay, keep in mind the time is indicated in GMT. And sometimes, of course, we have daylight savings time and all of this stuff. So the timings might, differentiate a little bit. But this is pretty much how it goes. Okay, so you have your Asian session right there. So this pretty much creates the Asian range because in the Fanatic community, we don't trade during Asia. So pretty much the Asian session for us is not tradable. This is where we actually look to form the Asian range, which is a very big thing when it actually comes to the windows later. And let me know if you want me to do a specific video in which I can explain how you can actually utilize the Asian range in order to later trade London and New York. Let me know in the comments. So pretty much this starts from 1, it goes until 5 a.m. GMT. Then, for example, if you want to trade London session, you wake up at 6, you have your chart prep, you have your morning routine, okay? Frankfurt Open, FO is Frankfurt Open, it opens at 7. So this is when personally my trading window starts, but I don't trade much in Frankfurt Open. I'm still kind of analyzing, still chatting, still creating the daily analysis for my team every single day. And then of course I start really focusing from London Open and I trade until 11 o'clock. So this is 3 hours in London because again, my main session is London. So I focus on 3 hours right here, but pretty much this is your London window. This is the highest probability time to actually be taking trades. And if the market actually crosses 11, then it should already developed. So you should have already been in trades. So usually the market is either going to continue with your push from your trade, or it's just going to consolidate because we also call this the dead hour, the lunchtime. Okay. Then there is your New York Open window. All right, in GMT, it starts from 1. So pretty much, again, a little detail. This is, again, gathered from data and from experience. New York Open, opens a little bit later. In fact, 30 minutes later, because you have the stock market open at 9:30 or 8:30 in New York. I'm not really sure, but I have found that the market starts to develop even before that. So you sit down to prepare your charts for New York at 12. So this for me is 1 o'clock because I'm GMT plus 1. So at 1 o'clock, I sit down, I prepare a little bit, I see if there are potentially any setups aligning, and if they're not, I just don't trade. And if I'm, of course, happy with London, okay? And then, of course, New York opens at 1 o'clock, and then I trade it all the way until 4. I don't do this, though. I do this very rarely. Very rarely, if London session didn't have anything, then I'm going to focus on New York. If I did great in London, no way I'm trading New York. If I had some losses in London, then I might actually look at New York, but I'm going to be careful not to lose even more. Okay, so at 4 p.m. GMT, you pretty much have London close, LC. So this is when you really should start looking to cut trading. This is where profit taking occurs. So if you have taken any trades from this period, then at that point you should look to just manage your trades and cut the trades. Okay, if you're a day trader. And then of course after this, journal, manage positions, and look to cut trading. And then later in the day, you can of course dedicate specific windows for your reflection period and for looking at what you did well and what you did wrong. Okay, so print this out, screenshot it if you want. This is a great thing to actually have, to know actually when your windows are starting. And another little tip is to actually set alerts on your phone. For example, hey, London opens, I have a little alert. Let's go, hustle time, right? So focus, all right? So let me actually give you a little insight into my trading routine so that you can see what I actually do. So I wake up at 6:30 in the morning, and of course I have my morning routine. I don't do anything until this is complete. So I don't always shower, but I can shower. I stretch always. I do 20 minutes of meditation or even more if I feel like it. Then I journal some morning thoughts. I get the mind rolling. I get the brain working, and something that is, for example, if I had accumulated emotions from the previous day, then I make sure to journal them, make sure they are on paper, which pretty much it is proven that if you just vomit your thoughts on the paper, you tend to disattach from them, right? I start by reviewing my trading plan. I have my affirmations as well. I have my mental game stuff as well, and I just prime up. I'm getting ready. Okay, I'm getting focused. Then of course my chart prep window starts from 7:30. This is my time. This is GMT +1. If you're curious, I'm at my screen always at 7:30 or even later, and I start preparing and analyzing my charts. My data analysis is published at Frankfurt Open, which is 8 a.m. So the community is already aware of what I'm looking at. So we already have a look at it. And then of course, after this one, after 8 a.m., Frankfurt Open opens, and then we start trading. Okay. So my trading window is pretty much from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. This is 3 hours, right? This is from Frankfurt Open, which I rarely trade. So pretty much it starts from 9, right? But sometimes I can take a trade at 8:45. Okay, so it pretty much starts from 8. And yeah, until lunchtime. So pretty much this is the beginning of London session. I have a break time from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So this is 2 hours of break, or I am going to work on other projects. All right, so this is break time. This is no trading. Take a break from the charts, because if you keep monitoring the charts during that time, you're going to get confused. You would like to start the second trading window with a fresh mind. Okay, so at 1 p.m., this is when I'm going to start prepping for New York. If I didn't catch much at London, if there is, of course, possibility for trades, if I see any nice levels to potentially get tapped, then I'm going to actually zone in. If not, I'm not going to trade at all. Okay, and so pretty much my second trading window is from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So this is 2 hours. So maximally per day, I'm going to spend 5 hours on trading. Okay, and I'm not trading anymore after 4 p.m. because then I go sports, I go running, I go to the calisthenics park, I spend time with friends, and I play PS5, right? You can see after 4 p.m. I take care of other stuff, sports, journaling, going out, watching educational videos, very important. I start reading, watching education, improving myself, investing myself. I'm not trading anymore. I sometimes can play some PS5. There is nice game out. I'm testing new stuff, developing strategies, and all of that great stuff. Okay, and of course, I allow myself to be flexible. If I can't catch London, then I will trade New York. And I'm not trading every day. This is really important. I'm not trading every day. In fact, last week I didn't take a single trade because my plan didn't, like the market was slightly strange. My trading plan did not have any setups, right? So pretty much I took a week off. I can have this because I can allow it. I'm free, I'm financially free, so I can trade whenever I want. Then of course, I would like to cover some best pairs for each trading session. This is pretty logical. I'm sure all of you know this one. Of course, Asian session, the pairs that are within the Asian session are going to move mostly. So this is Australia, New Zealand, Japan, China, and yeah. So pretty much the Aussie, the NZD, and the JPY are going to move right there. But I would like you to know that most of the times it's just going to create a range. So it's a low volume session. You're not going to have clear trending markets. And usually the Asian session is just going to kind of go up a little bit, go down a little bit, go up a little bit, and just consolidate, which pretty much creates a range, which sets up for London session. Okay, so during London session, the most volatile pairs, of course, or currencies, I should say, are the euro, the GBP, and the Swiss franc, because again, Europe, Eurozone, London, and Switzerland. London loves to manipulate on the opening bell, so 9 a.m. for me in the morning, expect manipulation, expect sharp moves. Okay, and then after this manipulation, it makes the move. And of course, let me know in the comments if you would like to make me to make a video on how to actually transition from Asia to London and then from London to New York. Okay, and then of course, New York session, USD and CAD gets really active because we have a lot of USD news at that time, but we also have the London currencies. So pretty much in London, you have Euro USD, GBP USD, especially the GBPs, right? Because this is really when London opens, and this is the pound, right? So GBP is perfect for London. New York session, then you can start merging those. So then you have Euro USD, of course, right? You have GBP USD, right? You can have Euro CAD, GBP CAD, Swiss franc, no, CAD Swiss franc, right? So you start merging them, right? If you want to trade Asian to London, then Aussie, Euro Aussie, yeah. You can, of course, merge them like this, which is something that I'd not advise you to do. Because again, once again, the power of one, which I'm going to tell you, let me just finish right there. But the overlap between New York and London is the most powerful session, okay? Because then you have actually London session ongoing, then New York bell opens, and you have much more volume being poured into the market. So pretty much everything moves at that session, okay? Aussie USD is going to move. Euro USD is gonna rocket, GBP USD, USD CAD, and all of those great major pairs are going to be active around that time. So according to me, New York session and pretty much the overlap, so this is the first hours of New York, are the best, okay? But if you're mostly focused in London, then of course it's a great session to trade, okay? And then just to wrap this up, before I actually show you a great tool that you can use for your sessions, is the power of one, okay? Make sure, especially if you're a beginner or if you're still seeking consistency, make sure to focus on one session of the three, on one pair, and on one strategy. All right, this is the key. Become a master of one currency pair during a specific trading session, get to know it, utilize a specific trading strategy during that time, and this is pretty much your winning formula, because this is when the probabilities are really in your favor, right? You're trading the same pair during the same trading session, so every single day you're doing the same stuff, which is pretty much when the statistical edge comes in. If you do the same thing over and over again and you have a positive expectancy, then you're going to be profitable, right? It's the winning formula. So make sure to also take a consideration of that. So hopefully this was insightful and valuable. Right now, I'm very quickly going to jump on the chart to show you a tool. And then in the next video, I'm going to expand on that tool and actually show you how to utilize it. So for right now, let's set it up and let me show you what I personally use for my trading sessions. All right, so we are on the charts right now. So I'm going to be very quick with this one. So what I would love for you to do, where pretty much the indicator is called the Asian session range. So what you do is you go to indicators and you type Asian session range, right? And it's the first one, FXN Asian session range by Rob Minty. Cheers, Rob, you've made a great tool. So when you click on this one, it's gonna come in and it's gonna look something like this, which is a little bit messy. So we would like to clean this one up because you have all of those lines. I just don't like it, right? You have the ADR, you have the average range, L, New York, the pips. It's very useful, all right? It's great. But we would also like to change the timing a little bit. So I'm pretty much gonna delete this tool for now, and I'm gonna show you my tool. So look how simplified mine is. So the yellow one is the Asian range. And pretty much, yeah, this is when the Asian range is created. So this is how I use this one. So, and I also can mark it like this. So there's my Asian range. And what you can see, London opens, the manipulation below the Asian range happens, and then we just explode. Then you have the New York reversal, which is of course something we can explore in another video. And then of course you have 8 a.m., which I told you, Frankfurt open. This is when my trading window starts to come in, right? London session, dead hour starts at 11 o'clock. As I told you, my time, this is no trading. And usually what you're gonna have is just a continuation or just a choppiness after London. And then of course, New York starts at 2 p.m. and ends at 4:30 for me, or even 4, right? So how do you make this one to look like mine? I'm gonna put in my settings right there, and I want you to copy everything that I have, okay? So I'm just slowly gonna scroll to the downside. So there is session start, so copy all the stats. I'm just gonna slowly scroll, right? So there is your London session right there. Copy it, then we go to New York. There is a New York session right there. And then you also right here, you would like to remove all of the stuff, because you can have this, you can have that, you can have all of these things that are just gonna make it messy. Okay, so make sure to remove it. And yeah, pretty much this is it. You can also copy my colors. You can see aqua right there, orange, olive. Yeah, I'm really not sure, but yeah, just make sure to scroll right there, copy everything, and then you're just gonna have it exactly like mine. Yeah, I think there are actually the sessions, right? So there is my Asian session range color. It's just yeah, purple one. New York session color. No, this is session background. Yeah, but I have removed them, so pretty much I only keep what is relevant. So there is my New York, and there is my London right there. Okay, so have this tool, determine your trading sessions. You can just tweak it to your trading window as well. Those are personally mine, and it's a very helpful tool to actually just look at the chart and see, okay, look how Asia developed, look what London does, then look what New York does. All right, so have this on your chart, set it up, and it's kind of a great foundation for a next video that I'm gonna upload, of course, if you wish, and which we're gonna explore how to actually trade within those sessions. All right. So I really hope this video was insightful. Please let me know in the comments if it was. Let me know what kind of trading window you have, where are you from, and did you actually gain value from this video, and did your mindset actually shift a little bit of what actually trading is all about. All right, make sure that you also like, comment, support the channel, and thank you so much for watching, and see you on my next video.